Hey guys, my name is Sean Nelson. I'm here. I just finished up another video on the NiteColor cameras the past couple days. Yes, another video on the NiteColor cameras, but this video is geared towards a particular set of people, and I'll get to that here in a second. But first, if you're not familiar with what the NiteColor cameras are, they are cameras that can see very good in ultra low light scenarios. I'm talking about moonlight, starlight scenarios where you need where you have very little ambient light. And what makes them particularly interesting is that they can see in color in very low light scenarios, and which is kind of interesting because most cameras can see only in black and white at night. These cameras can see in color. Matter of fact, I made a video a couple months back showcasing these cameras. And when I was making this video, I was very impressed myself. I was actually kind of taken back a little bit. For example, I installed these cameras, and I happened to install these cameras, or this camera, right around the time when there was a full moon. And so I get back here to my office, and I'm viewing the playback from my house. And by default, the DVR I use when I push play, it always starts at midnight. So I pushed play on this camera and it starts at midnight. And I was looking at the video and I was like, something doesn't seem right. I wonder if the time is off on my DVR, because what I was looking at appeared to be a bright sunny day. But actually it was really midnight. The camera was just so good that it appeared to make a full moon night look like a bright sunny day. And at that point I was like, wow. And I actually had an idea, and that I had an idea for marketing. And if you're familiar with, if you're in the security industry or have any interest at all in security cameras, chances are you probably saw this video on Facebook. But I put on Facebook that video that I saw at midnight. And I said on the video, or actually on the words on the Facebook post, I said, would you call us liars if we told you this video was taken at midnight with no other light source other than the moon? And I did that intentionally. I knew it was gonna spark some doubters. I knew there was gonna be people that wouldn't believe us. So I did do that intentionally, don't get me wrong. But little did I know that some people would lose their minds. And this video is geared towards the doubters who think we are liars, because there was a lot of people that say, yeah, you're liars, you're full of beep. But anyways, let's look at some of the comments from the previous video, and then after that I'm going to show you some video samples of video actually taken from the camera these past couple days. We have one with a full moon taken, and that's going to hopefully prove those doubters wrong. And then I have another video taken where it's just very dark outside, no hardly light any at all, other than my neighbor's light that's really far away. So anyways, take a look. All right, so if you're interested in seeing the blog of our NiteColor camera, just go to our website, our main page, which is nellysecurity.com. Then go here to the blog section, click on that, and then you're going to be brought to a search bar where you can search just our blogs. Type in NiteColor, N-I-T-E color, one word. Should pull right up for you. We're going to click on that. And here's our blog. This is all of our videos and our technical write-up of this product if you want to take a look. But here is the particular video in question that caused such a stir. Again, we're using the same marketing technique. This is my YouTube video, using the same provoking marketing technique, scam or real. So let's go ahead and, as you can see right now, it looks like a daytime snapshot. Let's click the video, and it's just a still video, nothing moving in the video. But again, you can imagine that did provoke a lot of hatred. I would say a lot of doubters. So let's take a look at some of those comments. Unfortunately, I can't show you all of them because some of them were actually not safe for work. But anyways, let's look at the Facebook comments first. All right, so here's the Facebook comments. Yeah, so there's a lot of the same comments. Blue skies and white clouds for moonlight. A lot of people just were kind of surprised. That's a That's not a, hateful comment by any means, but we did get that comment a lot. Absolutely, I would. Look at the sky. LOL, blue skies. Never seen blue sky at midnight. I haven't really either, to be honest with you. Funny how the moon is so bright. The entire trees have shadows. A lot of comments that, are skeptical of the shadows caused. And here's another one. Midnight in Alaska. That was a very common theme among doubters. Oh yes, midnight shadows. Alaska. There you go. Here we got a lot of this. A lot of people who preface their credentials. I've been doing this for 20 years, and this guy's like, I'm a photography major. This was not shot at night. Matter of fact, he misspelled shot, unfortunately. So let's go, so Facebook comments were fairly mild. There were some, that I can't show you that were pretty hateful. But Instagram, actually, if Facebook brings out redneck, Instagram, increases the redneck factor to about 10. So let's take a look at those comments. Again, we got the Alaska comments. Here's another guy, been in business many years. You are full of it, and I can smell you from California. Again, there you go, right there. There's another comment. Yes, I would. Oh, okay. It was 12 in a different time zone. That's good. Do a live stream. But we also got a lot of people that said, why don't you send me a camera for free and I'll do a review of it and I'll tell you if you're lying or not. 1,000,000% liars. So that's the kind of comments we got. The sky is blue. So anyways, this video was made for you guys that are making comments like that. I'm hoping this clears up any confusion that you may have. All right, so here I brought my laptop out here. I got the web interface of my R series 32 channel NVR pulled up here, which is what I have the NiteColor camera connected to. As you can see, all the cameras, most of them all are black and white. The only ones that are color is the NiteColor camera right there, and then my two garage cameras, which, they're colored because I have the lights turned on. Matter of fact, I'm going to show you myself right now. So there's me filming, and there's the camera up there. I don't know if you can see it. So let's go look at this NiteColor camera again, and there it is. Looks like almost a beautiful daytime image. Switch to mainstream, so it looks a little better. So now what I'm going to do is go over here to this is the NVR's web interface. I'm going to switch over to the camera's web interface, and this is I'm going to go ahead and turn the audio on, and then I'm going to do a little recording. Okay, so you can see the recording here in a second. So now it's recording. I'm going to walk out here, show you what it looks like outside. All right, so here we are outside. That camera right there is actually not the NiteColor. That is an R series camera with the infrared on it. I'll show you what that looks like here in a second. This is the NiteColor camera. You can barely see it. I don't have the LED lights on, obviously, as you can see, but it looks beautiful out here. Hi. And so this is what it looks like at night. A lot of people say, "Oh, there's blue skies." I don't know. I can't explain why the sky looks blue in the video, but this is what it looks like to the human eye. Actually, it kind of looks a little different. This phone's kind of making it look a little weird, but there's shadows. A lot of people say, I know this video's fake because there's shadows. Well, I can see shadows with my naked eye on a full moon. So that's what it looks like. But it's dark out here. It's dark, but that camera obviously can see a lot better than what my human eye can see. So there you go. Remember that R series camera I showed you when I walked out there that had the red glow? This is the view from the camera. This is an R series 5 megapixel turret. Pretty darn good looking image at night, as you can see. The obviously the main differentiating factor between this one and the NiteColor is this one's in black and white. And this is what you normally see on traditional, security cameras. At night, they switch to black and white. 2 reasons. Number one, they switch to black and white so the camera can see infrared, and switching to a black and white image actually helps the camera see better at night. Matter of fact, if the camera stayed in color when it switched to infrared, the colors would be really funky and washed out. It just wouldn't look near as good. But anyways, the point of me showing you this camera view is we're getting a lot of people say, oh, you can make any normal camera look as good as that NiteColor camera at night as long as you slow down the shutter speed. And my answer to that is no, you can't. I mean, don't get me wrong, slowing down the shutter speed will tremendously help the camera see better at night, but it's not going to look anything like that NiteColor camera. That NiteColor camera is designed specifically to see really good color at night, and there's more to it than just slowing down the shutter speed. Matter of fact, let's go ahead and slow down the shutter speed on this camera, and actually I'm going to turn off the camera's ability to see infrared. I'm going to switch it to day mode here, which will automatically see. I'm going to color mode, which is the same thing as day mode. So what that does, it's going to switch the camera's IR filter to, it's going to slide it in the way so it can't see any infrared at all. So this camera cannot see infrared at all right now. As you can see, it kind of dimmed down the image. The shutter speed is already pretty low. I'm going to turn this to manual. I mean, it's already at 1/8. So I don't know if I can get any lower. I'll turn it to, go to 1/5. So, let's look at it. So not bad, it's a little grainy. I'm going to walk out there. What you're going to find out with a really slow shutter speed is you're going to find out a lot of, there's going to be motion blur. So check this out. So there's actually the IR turned off anyways, so I guess when I switch it to color mode, the IR automatically turns off. So I'm gonna wave my hands. If I had to guess, we're gonna see a lot of motion blur in this video. All right, so I just reviewed that video, and yeah, there was a lot of motion blur, as you could see. And that's what you typically get with when you just simply get a normal camera and switch it to day mode and slow down the shutter speed. It looks pretty good, with a still image. Actually, I'm quite surprised this camera can see as good as it can right now. In color mode, because I did this on a cloudy night the other night, and it literally could not see anything. So I'm probably going to try to get you another video. I think we're going to get some snowstorms here in a few days. And should be cloudy, which should be blocking the moon. I'll kind of do another video to show you what this looks like in a really dark night. But so I'm going to switch this camera back to IR, which is really what a normal camera is supposed to look like at night. And let's go. All right, so this is the default settings. I'm going to go out there and walk around, and you're going to see the motion blur decrease when it switches to IR. So all right, so here we are. It's the 16th. It's just a few days later past my previous video I made. 6:37. p.m. It's really dark. It gets dark here at 5. It's the winter time right now. So plus the clouds are covering the moon. So it's a really dark night. The only ambient light from this image is from my neighbor's light that they have over the garage. And that is a really long, really far away. I would imagine it's over 200 feet. I'll do a Google image. It's probably farther than that. But we'll go ahead and there's the NiteColor camera, and here's the R series camera view. That's with the IR on. So I'm going to go ahead and turn the color mode on like I did on the previous video to show you how a normal camera looks at night. And I'm going to slow down the shutter speed as slow as possible. So that's what it looks like. Just pretty much you can't see anything. So what I'm going to do is go ahead and record these videos. And really no point in recording this one because you can't really see anything at all, but I'll go ahead and do it anyways. And I'm going to record this one. My guess is this one might have a little bit more motion blur than the last video. So let's go take a look. Alright, so this is what it looks like. You can't see anything. There is my neighbor's light way off in the distance. From that NiteColor camera, it looked like it was, shining a big beam over here, but it's really not. This is what it looks like, when you walk out here. And you can't really see it right now, but there's my NiteColor camera up there. And here is our R series camera, which you probably can't see me right now at all. But I'll go ahead and do some running shots so you can see what it looks like. Start over here. All right, so let's go back inside here and take a look at the video. So I just reviewed the video, had a little bit of motion blur in it, not too bad. Definitely not near as bad as the R series camera. And, that's what you're going to see on most normal cameras that you did on the R series camera. Even if you slow down the shutter speed a lot, you're just going to get what appears to be a lower frame rate, if you notice that, and also just really bad motion blur. But even, on a really dark night, this NiteColor camera still performed very well. Not near as bad in motion blur as what you see on normal cameras. Now, many of you probably already know this camera does have a built-in floodlight. Of course, I have that turned off right now, which, my preference is I like to keep the floodlight turned off, even on these really dark nights like this. Simply because when you turn the floodlight on, which I'll do here in a second, it really illuminates this immediate area right here, but you lose some of the edge of the field of view. And I really like seeing all my camera's field of view at night, even if it's just kind of dim and even with that little bit of motion blur. But, really determines on how you want to use it. You can turn on that floodlight, which is going to really illuminate the picture a lot better. Matter of fact, let's go ahead and do that right now. To do that, you're going to click Configuration. And then you're going to go here to System Settings right here. And then you're going to go to External Device and then click Enable Supplement Light. And this is basically just a dusk till dawn light. It's not a motion light. We're getting a lot of questions about that. Unfortunately, not a motion light, but you can schedule the timing, you know, or set it to auto, which, you know, simply turns on when it gets dark, or I like to schedule it I had it set on a schedule. But anyways, you can click save here and it's going to turn it on. You can actually increase the intensity of the light. Let's see what it looks like here. So as you can see, a much crisper, clearer picture, but again, you lose that edge, you know, the edges on the field of view. But as you can see, when I walk out there, it's going to be a much crisper, clearer image and video. That's actually need to click record so you can see what it looks like. All right, so let's go out here, take a look. So obviously, as you can see, the camera is actually putting out white visible light. That's what I really like about this camera, especially in this scenario. It's right by the garage, so you can use it as a floodlight, you know, as a regular old floodlight that has a camera built in. So a lot of versatility this camera offers, and it does put off a lot of good light. So I'm going to go ahead and step in front of the camera here so you can take a look at it. As you're going to notice when I run, you're not going to see any motion blur at all. So again, it just really is determinant on how you want this camera to work. Either way, the camera is a very good low light camera, one of the best on the market, and it's especially a really good low light camera if you want color at night.